All right, well, another line of work has involved Chinese children and sometimes Chinese and American children, where we've been investigating in what it means to be bilingual and become bilingual. Our earliest study investigated what's called the phonological awareness of children who speak one of the Chinese languages from South China, Cantonese. But when they come to school, they learn standard Chinese, which we call Mandarin in this country. So the question is, are these children going to have trouble? Are they even going to have some special strengths? Because it has been discovered long before my group started working that in certain respects, bilingual children or those becoming bilingual become more introspective and reflective about language. So in a major study by Chen and others, we investigated a large sample of children from the south of China who speak Cantonese at home and are learning Mandarin in school, with children from the north of China who speak Mandarin and, of course, learn Mandarin to read Mandarin and continue to speak Mandarin in school. And we found in one of the best, I think our study was one of the best of this kind. We found that indeed the Cantonese-speaking children did have improved phonological awareness, the ability to hear the phonemes in language, and we had an improved method from other research in that we composed syllables made of legal phonemes or word parts in both Mandarin and Cantonese, but equally unfamiliar to the Mandarin-speaking and Cantonese-speaking children. And the Cantonese-speaking children were better able to hear the sounds in those words. Continuing that line of work, we dealt with children who speak a dialect of Taiwanese called Southern Min. This was Kuo and Anderson, and we were able to show that it's not just element by element overlap between two languages, but that the early bilingual children have developed a more abstract understanding of the sound structure of languages. Now, we've also worked at a level called morphological awareness. Now, a morpheme is the smallest unit of language that bears a meaning. So examples in English would be basketball, that's a compound formed from two nouns, or actress, that's a derivative form from act and the female suffix. Here we investigated cross-language transfer among Mandarin-speaking children from Tianjin, China. This is in a forthcoming study by Zhang et al. These children had studied English for 5 years. Well, we gave them a lesson in either English or in Chinese about the structure of compound words, about 4 types of compound words that can be found in both Chinese and English. It includes the familiar noun-noun compound. Basketball is the example, but some more exotic compounds like playground, a verb-noun compound, push-up, a verb-particle compound, and one other type, window shop. a noun-verb compound, to window shop. We got an exciting finding. After the lesson in Chinese, children of every level of ability were better able to solve problems on a little test assessment we had in English. Now, we got reverse transfer from English to Chinese for children high in language aptitude, as determined by a vocabulary test in both Chinese and English and a comprehension test in both Chinese and English. That's a neat result that shows their cross-language effects at a more complicated, at a higher level of language. So we're pushing on with this work.